In a stunning display of the increasingly divisive nature of American politics, J.D. Vance, the Republican senator from Ohio, has found himself at the center of a controversy following the results of the 2024 election. Known for his sharp rhetoric and alignment with Donald Trump, Vance's conduct throughout the campaign has drawn sharp criticism, particularly for his remarks targeting Vice President Kamala Harris. Vance's comments have not only ignited backlash, but have also highlighted the broader deterioration of norms in the political arena. During the 2024 campaign, J.D. Vance made a series of inflammatory remarks about Kamala Harris, accusing her of failures related to her role in the administration. At a rally in November, Vance referred to Harris as trash and criticized her for what he claimed was a lack of accountability in the wake of the deaths of 13 American service members during the 2021 Afghanistan withdrawal. Vance argued that Harris had refused to investigate the incident and failed to take responsibility, labeling her leadership as disgraceful. These remarks, while galvanizing for his base, crossed a line for many observers. The intensity of Vance's language, including his suggestion that Harris can go to hell, underscored the deep personal animosity that has come to characterize modern political discourse. Such rhetoric not only reflects the current state of partisan politics, but also sets a concerning precedent for the future. In a move that speaks volumes about the state of their relationship, Vice President Kamala Harris has declined to extend the traditional pre-inaugural tour of the Vice President's residence at the Naval Observatory to the Vance family. According to sources familiar with the matter, Harris made the decision in light of the brutal nature of the 2024 campaign, during which both Vance and Trump attacked her relentlessly, including on her racial identity. The decision to forego the customary handover underscores the tension between the outgoing and incoming administrations. Historically, such tours have been a symbol of civility and continuity. In 2016, then Vice President Joe Biden welcomed Vice President-elect Mike Pence to the Naval Observatory, spending nearly an hour discussing the role. Similarly, in 2008, Vice President Dick Cheney extended the same courtesy to Biden. Harris herself, however, did not visit the residence prior to taking office in 2020, citing the COVID-19 pandemic and the chaotic aftermath of Trump's refusal to concede the election. Critics of Harris's decision argue that it reflects pettiness and a lack of grace. However, her supporters contend that the unprecedented hostility she faced during the campaign justifies her choice. They note that the norms of civility in politics have already been eroded, largely due to the influence of Donald Trump and his allies, who have consistently undermined decorum and engaged in personal attacks. The fallout from the campaign also extends to the broader political landscape. Vance's approach to the vice presidential race has drawn comparisons to high school-level behavior, with critics describing his conduct as childish and unbecoming of a leader aspiring to one of the highest offices in the land. This comparison resonates, particularly given the stark contrast between the decorum expected of public officials and the vitriol that has become commonplace in political discourse. Adding to the intrigue, Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff and Usha Vance, J.D. Vance's wife, reportedly had a 45-minute conversation last week. While the details of their discussion remain undisclosed, the call indicates at least a minimal level of communication between the two families. Nevertheless, the absence of a formal meeting between Harris and Vance highlights the deep divisions that persist. The controversy surrounding the Naval Observatory invitation has also sparked debates about the role of tradition in modern politics. Some argue that upholding these norms is essential to preserving the integrity of democratic institutions, even amid intense political rivalry. Others, however, contend that these traditions are increasingly irrelevant in a climate where one side routinely disregards them. Beyond the immediate drama, the situation raises broader questions about the future of American politics. The 2024 election, much like 2016, represented a seismic shift in the political landscape. While both elections were marked by populist rhetoric and a rejection of establishment norms, the 2024 race also reflected the growing polarization and personalization of politics. The attacks on Harris's identity, combined with the refusal to engage in traditional gestures of civility, illustrate a political culture that prioritizes confrontation over collaboration. For many observers, the events surrounding J.D. Vance and Kamala Harris are emblematic of the challenges facing American democracy. The breakdown of norms, the rise of incendiary rhetoric, and the deepening divisions between political opponents all point to a system under strain. While some hold out hope for a return to civility, others fear that the damage may be irreversible. As the nation moves forward, the fallout from the 2024 election serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of political polarization. For J.D. Vance, the decision to embrace a combative approach may yield short-term gains, but risks long-term repercussions. For Kamala Harris, the choice to forego tradition reflects both personal and political considerations, highlighting the complexity of navigating a deeply divided political landscape. Ultimately, the controversy underscores the need for leaders on both sides to prioritize dialogue and mutual respect. While the path forward remains uncertain, the lessons of the 2024 election will undoubtedly shape the future of American politics for years to come. In the meantime, the public can only watch and hope for a renewed commitment to the values that underpin democracy, civility, accountability, and a shared commitment to the common good.